Tiger Talk session. Give us a few minutes as we get ramped up and ready to go, as we have some amazing stakeholders for the college that will be assisting you in understanding the entire concept of lifting the veil, building new leaders brick by brick. We have brought the student services team to you all so you can engage, build relationship, and cultivate the relationship as you think about what does it take to sustain yourself here at Morehouse College. So this session for our Tiger Talk session is entitled Lifting the Veil, Building New Leaders Brick by Brick. All right, I am your moderator. Today, I am Michael Gum. I am the Director of Admissions and Recruitment at the college. And I have with us some amazing presenters who are here to support you. We have our main presenter, Dr. Michael Turner, the Associate Dean of Students, as well as presenter Michael Southern. So we got a bunch of mics on the call, y'all, that are going to rock this thing tonight. The Assistant Dean of the College for Student Conduct, as well as Dr. Priscilla Hubbard. She'll be joining us very soon, and she's our Assistant Director of Career Services and Career Data Management. Between this conversation, we're going to get into several topics, but I will stop here and allow Dr. Turner to come on off mute and tell us a little bit about yourself, and same with Michael Southern to do the same.
Good evening to everyone. It is great to see you all virtually, and I hope that your week has started off well. As stated, I am Dr. Turner, and I serve as the Associate Dean of Students and ombudsperson. And I have the privilege to work under the leadership of our esteemed Dean Kevin Booker, who serves as our Vice President for Student Services and Dean of the college. And the work that our collaborative work is in place to support all of the experiences that our students enjoy as a complement to the academic curriculum that they enjoy from our esteemed faculty. So I look forward to having further conversation with you about what that looks like and how we will be supporting your students at Morehouse College. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Turner. Michael Southern.
Good evening, future Morehouse family. I want to welcome you to this platform. Again, I am Michael Southern, the Assistant Dean of the College for Student Conduct. And I've had the pleasure of serving this great institution for nearly 28 years. And I look forward to working with you as you come to our family in the future. And again, my job is to hold students accountable for the rules and regulations provided by the college. But also, I'm here to be an advocate for you as well. And so that means if you have found yourself in a situation with any other college or university, I'm that person along with my other colleagues to assist you through that process. So welcome.
Thank you, Michael Southern. And quick note, Mr. Southern has been so gifted, and I've known him since I was a student. That just kind of outdates a little bit. But, I know you have a son that attends Morehouse College as well. So, it's good to have you here. So we can't wait to engage with you as well. And, of course, last but not least, our lady of the hour, Dr. Priscilla Hubbard. Dr. Hubbard, can you tell everybody who you are and what you do for the college and some nuts and bolts about what it is you do?
Sure. Thank you so much, Mike. Yes. My name is Dr. Priscilla Hubbard. I'm hoping you all can see me on the video, but I am the Assistant Director for Career Development Engagement here at Morehouse College. I am also the faculty liaison for the college as well. And what that comprised of is a particular faculty member needs a corporate employer or an employee to come into the classroom and they're speaking on a particular subject matter reference to the assignment. They will contact me, and then I will in turn contact those employers, and then we will come into the classroom to engage with those students, to prepare those students for career readiness.
Awesome. Fantastic. And so we have our presenters here tonight, and we're super happy you all are on with us. So moving forward, what we want to do is there will be an opportunity at the end of this session to ask questions. This is an engagement opportunity. We're going to present information, but there will be a Q&A session shortly after where you get a chance to ask amazing questions and hear from our team. And so we want you to utilize that chat function at the bottom, the one labeled Q&A, so we can ensure we're able to get your questions answered in a live session while also typing in information in the in-between. So we want to hear from you. So please take notes and enjoy. So quickly, and I could go on and on about this college known as Morehouse College. I am myself a graduate of Morehouse College, but let me tell you a little bit about this place, this platform known as Morehouse. Morehouse was been founded over 150 years with the focus of developing men with disciplined minds who will lead lives of leadership and service. And that focus of educating young men to be preachers and teachers, we will fast forward and now offer an array of different majors and correspondence and coursework so that you can fit the need to succeed and to excel. It says that Morehouse holds a crown above our heads in hopes that we grow tall enough to wear it. So there are high expectations that when you come into Morehouse, you're building yourself to be a leader, and not just to just be a leader, but be an advocate for others to support them in their very ways. And so our focus as an institution is to develop men to be leaders, to be the only kind of college of its kind that would graduate 400 plus African-American men each year with that mission of just doing that. And so we are excited to be a liberal arts college for men, open as a historically Black college university, as a private institution, again, with that focus of having men that can be constructed in such a way to be the next Kings, to be the next Spike Lees, to be the next Sam Jacksons. And we do it really unapologetically. So as you have been accepted at this point, we congratulate you, we welcome you. And this session right here is utilized to build you so that you know what's next and what's coming, so that you can be able to go ahead and deposit and make Morehouse home. So we're excited that you're on with us. All right, so what are we going to talk about? Well, it's all there. Student support services, career services, meaning where you're going to end up when you go, right? But most importantly, what is the advocacy? What is the accountability? Who is being held accountable? What do we do? And what are our expectations for our students? And what are some of the opportunities you can foresee yourself coming into Morehouse College? Our job is not only just to admit you, but then to graduate you, so that then in that correspondence, you become an engaged alumni. Well, we can't do that if we don't have the nuts and bolts, if we're not building brick by brick. So that is our focus tonight. And we're going to turn this over, but these are 3 components that we're going to cover. So first up is student support services, which we're going to turn this over to Michael Southern.
Dr. Turner, I'm sorry.
Oh, Dr. Turner, I'm sorry. Dr. Turner. I told you those mics get me. So got you.
All right. Thank you so much, Director Gum. And again, thank you for the invitation to be here this evening. So the grounding statement for the Office of Student Services is that it is a unit that strives to be the epicenter of a premier living and learning experience. So what does that really mean, though? We work to ignite, we work to innovate, and we work to inspire our students to reach the highest of heights and to go places beyond anything that they might have ever expected for themselves. Because consider this, think about it. Morehouse, you can get there from here. So, one other element that I would like to include is that as it relates to being the epicenter, we have a wonderful academic program. And so the services and support mechanisms that we will be discussing this evening and that you will experience over the course of your tenure at Morehouse serve as a complement to the classroom engagements, which we have outstanding faculty who will be instructing your students. So you should look forward to your students developing and broadening the horizons of their thinking beyond anything that they might have ever imagined. So, and before I move forward in this discussion, I would like to say that I think that you have made one of the best decisions that you could ever make by attending Morehouse College. The decision to attend Morehouse College is certainly one that will be life-changing, both now and in the future. So I'm just excited for what is to come. And so now let's talk about a day in the life of a man of Morehouse. So, when looking at the typical student's day, and just as a disclaimer, these averages are from the time frame of 2009 to 2013. We're looking at the, if you look at this graphic here, you will see, and I want to highlight in particular, the educational activities. We are anticipating and expecting that our students are going to spend a significant amount of time engaging in the educational platform that Morehouse has to offer. All right. At the same time, we also encourage being involved in extra and co-curricular activities, leisure activities, sports activities, and we'll talk a little bit more about what the student life and leadership experience, what that entails here at Morehouse. But it's very important to understand that to gain the benefit of that true Morehouse education, we want our students to be well-rounded. Now, when we look at this, I do want to point out we encourage our students to have a full night's sleep. Now, is this do our students typically have 8.6 hours of sleep every day? Maybe, maybe not. Some might be up studying late, having engaging conversations in the residential communities, or just learning about how they will be global scholars. So, again, this is an average assessment of a typical day in the life of a Morehouse College student. But what I can assure you is our students utilize their time very well and maximize the experiences so that they can be introduced to a world of opportunities. Unfortunately, we don't have the volume of time this evening to really engage fully in what that means, but just wait. When you arrive at Morehouse, you'll see it in person. Next. Okay. And so again, previously I referenced our leader, Vice President Kevin Booker, who again serves as the Vice President of Student Services and Dean of the college, and is also an alumnus class of 1990. And Dean Booker is again, the leader of this unit, but also at the forefront of ensuring that our students maximize their capacity and maximize the access to opportunities that are available to them. So Dean Booker makes himself to be an incredible resource. He cares for our students and families, but he also wants to ensure that you are giving your best. So you can expect that from him as he is the leader of this circle of support. Next, we have Chief Charles Prescott, also an alumnus of Morehouse College, class of 2007, who serves as the Chief of Police and Associate Vice President of Public Safety, and has done a phenomenal job of ensuring the safety and well-being of our students on and around the campus of Morehouse College. So there are many things that are developing from day to day as it relates to campus safety and security, but just know that your students are in good hands. Dr. Naji Capri Lane serves as the Director of housing and residential education, and is responsible for managing an approximate bed count of 1,500 plus on campus and ensuring that students have a robust programmatic experience that complements the educational environment and supports their development as leaders. And just as a quick note, um, you would be very pleased to know that we have recently broken ground on a new residential facility that is going to be state of the art and providing great access to our students for incredible engagement, inclusive of living and learning. And next we have Dean Kevin Chapman, also an alumnus of Morehouse College, class of 2006. And Dean Chapman serves as the Associate Dean of Student Life and Leadership. So all of the at-large student life programming, large-scale student life programming from Student Government Association to Homecoming to Spring Fest to leadership programs, the Maurice Washington Emerging Leaders Program, to Greek Life, those all fall under the umbrella of Dean Chapman. And he does a phenomenal job. We have Mrs. Tina Thompson Grimmett, who serves as our director of counseling services. And mental health and wellness has certainly been a priority for the administration at Morehouse. And Mrs. Grimmett and her team provide incredible opportunities for traditional counseling, as well as extracurricular and co-curricular activities that support mental health and wellness. I will give you one example. And as you can see here on the screen, that includes individual counseling, group therapy, mental wellness coping programming, mental wellness resource referrals, as well as mental health crisis intervention. So last week, we experienced midterm examinations. And in preparation for that, Mrs. Grimmett and her team hosted Pets and Ponies, which was an opportunity for live animals to come on campus and provide therapy for our students in the midst of what seemingly could be an anxiety-raising and stress-causing experience of preparing for examinations. And so that is just the caliber and level of programming that is in place to ensure the mental health and wellness of our students. And Mr. Douglas Cooper, who serves as the Executive Director of Career Services and Development, Career Development and Engagement. And you will also hear more from Dr. Priscilla Hubbard to this regard. But Mr. Cooper has overall responsibility for providing preparation for jobs, careers, and graduate study, career and internship opportunity. There's a career and internship opportunity database that is managed under his office. There's a resume writing support, as well as other areas of professional development that are offered. There are career fairs held throughout the year. And for last year, we had a placement rating of 84%, which is incredible. Also, our recreation, intramurals, and fitness area under the athletic component of student services. We have Coach Alexander Terry, also an alumnus, class of 1984, who serves as its director. And this area is responsible for the Student Recreation Center, which includes a weight room, we have a pool, and we have a host of other activities, extracurricular activities that support our students, again, outside of the classroom. We have intramural sports as well as wellness initiatives. And we have our Bonner Office of Community Service. So our students receive a great deal from Morehouse. And at the same time, we expect them to give back. And so we have Dr. Wilbur Monty Whitney, who serves as the director for the Bonner Office of Community Service. And he and his team, they provide service priorities and opportunities. They support community food insecurity, educational opportunities for engaging other educational entities, environmental sustainability, civic engagement and social justice, as well as health initiatives. And I will yield to Dean Southern to introduce and talk more about his area.
Dr. Turner, thank you so much. Again, my name is Michael Southern, and I serve as the Assistant Dean of the College for Student Conduct, Advocacy, and Accountability. And again, my office is to hold students accountable for violating our rules and regulations, but it is not just that. When you come to Morehouse, are there going to be things that you as a young man of 17, 18, 19-year-old going to get yourself involved? Yes, we understand that. I too sit here to say that I had a little hang up when I was in school. And so my job is also to hold you accountable, also to be reasonable. And so we do that through having conversations directly with you as the student and me as the administrators. Sometimes parents choose to get involved, but at the same time, this conversation is between student and the administration. Do students make good decisions? Yes. Do sometimes students make decisions that are not favorable for them? Yes. I would say out of my 28 years, and I'm not proud of this, but out of my 28 years being at Morehouse, we're probably only expelled maybe 6 students. That means expelled, that means you never can come back. And that's because of their conduct have been that egregious. But we try to do our best to try to work with students through that process. And again, that is a process. And we can talk a little bit more about that once you are here on campus. And like it was said earlier, you've made the best choice that you can make. Morehouse is the only place in the world for young African-American men, even though we're very diverse, but it's catered for African-American men. And so we want you to come to Morehouse, do what you need to do, and graduate in 4 years. 4 years, and going out and be successful in whatever it is that you need to do. Thank you.
And also, as an introduction, we have Dean Lovely Durham, who serves as Associate Dean of Special Projects and Student Success. And she does a phenomenal job of managing the data and utilizing such data to align our goals and objectives for each academic year to provide the best support mechanisms for our students. And a familiar face, this is me. I have the privilege to serve as Buds person. And in my role, I serve as a liaison to support student success and to advocate for students' best interest, and to ensure that they have an opportunity for realizing the outcomes that they so desire, whether it be academically or socially. And some of the programs that we support, some of the programs that I support as ombudsperson, in concert with each of the individuals that you have seen pictured here and many more not pictured, is supporting student success initiatives, serving as a liaison to resolve student concerns and complaints, again, in concert with designated offices on campus. We have a care management team which meets on a regular basis to discuss students and incidents of concern as a means to connect those students with resources that will help to address any issues that they're facing that may derail their success outcomes. And I also provide support for student services at large in engaging campus stakeholders, both internal and external, as it relates to providing support mechanisms for our students. And I also have the privilege to serve as to provide the support for international students here on campus. And actually, before we move into this next segment, I would like to circle back to the career development and engagement piece and have Dr. Hubbard to share some additional insight as it relates to her wonderful work.
Thank you so much, Dr. Turner. I greatly appreciate that. And yes, again, my name is Dr. Priscilla Hubbard. I am the Assistant Director for Career Development Engagement here in our office under the Division of Student Development. And I am excited and elated to be here with you. But most of all, excited to know that you will be coming to this beautiful campus of Morehouse College and in the Office of Career Development and Engagement. That's what we do. We engage our students. We actually continue to move forward to put them on strategic career action plans because we feel that it's so important that they do what is necessary as they come onto this campus. When you come onto this campus as a freshman, we like to get you engaged in utilizing some of the tools we here have on campus, which is our Focus 2 Career Path Assessment, which is a tool that assists our students who may or may not know exactly what discipline they would like to go in. This particular tool will allow them the opportunity to strategically place them on a roadmap for success, put them on a plan to be able to move forward for the 4 years that you are here on our campus. Your first year, you're planning. Your second year, you are preparing. Your third year, you are polishing. And your fourth, you are performing. And by that time, you have been exposed to several opportunities on our campus, as well as offered by campus with internship opportunities. You also be able to have the opportunity and experience where at this time we have a group of students that are traveling abroad to Japan, all expense paid through the Office of Career Development Engagement. Because in our office, what we want to do, we want you to not only just come in and learn more about your career, but also have an experience to give you an opportunity to explore various ways in which you like to go forward and moving forward on towards your career. And when you do so, we like you to come in, let us have a conversation with you. We want you to come in to tell us, get a little more in deep conversation of what you want to do, how you want to move forward, what job you want to go into, what career we can put you on action track for. We help you do an industry analysis, find out the current type of industry in which you want to go into, see what factors it could be utilized that you can use. We work very closely with the Office of Academic Affairs to ensure that whatever discipline you're going into, you'll be able to take the necessary courses to ensure you be most successful. And then we also will help you to do a SWOT analysis. You may or may not be familiar, but a SWOT analysis is where we can find out what your strengths are, find out your weaknesses you may have, find out opportunities we can assist you with, and also threats that could be holding you back getting to that next point as it relates to your career. And then we'll also help you to get involved as it relates to finding out what short-term goals you're trying to envision, what long-term goals you want to get into, what personal values you want to line yourself up and put you into the career you want to proceed. And then also looking into stretch goals, things you want to possibly aspire to go into and aspire to move forward with, whether it's from a professional standpoint of view or from a personal standpoint of view. We can help you in the Office of Career Development Engagement, because we can help you find out what's going on with you right now. Find out what skill sets that you might be currently doing right now, whether it's working in a part-time job, whether it's volunteer work, whether it's things you're doing that you might even doing within your churches. We can turn those particular skills around and what we call those marketable skills and also transferable skills to help you on your path toward career readiness. And if there are some gaps and things that you have actually transpired into, we can help you go forth to close those gaps as well. Because we want to set you up for success. By putting you on a career action plan, we're going to help you find out the things that are necessary to place you on the path toward where you want to go to. Help you to get into when it comes to in your learning habits, your study habits. We also can assist you in the Office of Career Development Engagement, put you on a timeline that's going to help you move along to help you achieving your goals. And then whatever necessary resources that we may have, whether it's in career services or in the Office of Student Services, period, we can assist you on your path to make sure that you continue to be most successful. And while we're doing that, we want to make sure we're building your brand. We want you to help to understand how you can tell your story, establishing yourself an actual elevator pitch. And what that is, if someone was to approach you and to ask you, tell me a little bit about yourself, how can we move you on to the next level? You will be able to give them a pitch about who you are, what you're aspiring to do, what you're currently possibly doing at Morehouse, and to be able to entice them to want to learn more and more about you in that regard as you continue to build your personal brand. Because if you cannot tell your story properly, how is others going to be able to identify the particular needs or the resources that you will need? We want to make sure we can help you build that brand. And then we also want to show you how we can help you when it comes down to networking, whether it's utilizing it on LinkedIn, building out your LinkedIn profile, helping you to cultivate some of your relationships, whether it's with your fellow brothers, whether it's employees that may come on our campus, or if you're out networking for particular jobs and opportunities. We can help you in the Office of Career Development and Engagement, and even talk to you about possibly joining professional associations to help you escalate to the level in which you're trying to do as it relates to your career. So it's so important that you connect and you actually get involved with career services more sooner than later. And we will help you in that relationship to make sure you get to the necessary websites, to the necessary areas of what is needed to be able to do the things that is necessary for you, to be able to utilize these tools most effectively. And last but not least, want to make sure you use your social media to the best extent possible, because it's so important as we live in a technology world today. We want you to understand how you can utilize social media, not just only for your personal, but most of all for your professional, and how we can tie that in, and most of all, help you to be most successful as you become on this campus. You come on the campus as a man of Morehouse. But when you leave, we want to prepare you to be a man of Morehouse, moving forward, most successfully, having a wonderful opportunity and experience here at Morehouse College. Dr. Turner?
I thank you so much, Dr. Hubbard. I will yield back to Professor Gum.
So we can move to the next slide, please. The next slide, please. So yes, about us as student conduct. Again, we want to see everyone win. We want to hold you personal responsibility through our student conduct process. And what does that look like? If there's an alleged incident that has been reported via housing, via campus police, or through your professors, we are the office that will receive that in a data portal that comes to us. We take and review it, and then we send that out to the student to come in and have a conversation. Again, it is just that, a conversation. Again, we hold students responsible for the actions that are listed. And there's various things that could happen within that process, meaning that if a student is found responsible, they can receive a warning, possible some community service where we have to do it on campus at a location. Definitely want students to practice integrity, be responsible, respect any and everyone on our campus, because we have an array of students. And we will assure that you're going to have fundamental fairness throughout that student conduct process. And this is part of our student creed that every student should make sure they adhere to while they're attending Morehouse within their 4 years at Morehouse. Again, of the array of different type students that we have on campus, you're going to have a diverse type of students. And definitely you want to practice personal academic integrity. You want to make sure that you don't look at people different just because they may dress different, smile different, wear their hair different. And so we want to respect all students that's on our campus. And we want to respect their property or whatever that may be. We have an array of students that may have property of little scooters on campus and so forth. We don't want to involve ourselves in making an opportunity to remove some of their property and so forth. So again, the student creed definitely is one of our binding agreement that we hold students accountable. And again, I will bring this up again should you find yourself in my office. As we move forward through Morehouse College and listen to whatever it is that we can assist you in, we're here to do that. I'm only a one-person office along with a support staff. I do my best to try to work with students. I have a very busy schedule, but at the same time, we try to do our best to work with students. We also have a lot of partners, as you may have heard of the campus safety. We work closely with campus safety. We also work with external partners, meaning people down at the municipalities of the city of Atlanta. So we do work well with others outside of Morehouse College. Again, I look forward to working with you all, not on a negative note, but I do look forward to working with you. Again, my name is Michael Southern. Thank you very much.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. I love it. So look, we saw some questions coming in already. This has been an amazing session. We definitely want to get these questions answered. A lot has been discussed. Conduct arrangement, making sure students know why and what they are expected to be able to do. Thank you, Dean Southern. Dr. Hubbard, the career engagement pieces, what we are expecting from our students as it relates to internships and opportunities. What does it mean to find yourself accurately and adequately assessed so that you can then be able to get into your career path the right way and what opportunities lie. That's phenomenal. And then, of course, Dr. Turner, seeing all the entire staff, being able to build a rapport, knowing who's who, so that then you can get those questions answered. If you want to be a part of a club, an organization, that's Dean Chapman, right? So we saw that. And so there's a plethora of information, and I'm excited to have this platform to be able to engage in this Q&A. So y'all, this family, this is that time. We want to see that Q&A jump to about 50. There's 50 of y'all on here. So we want to see that number jump. So the first question, Dean Southern, it looks like, no, actually, I'm sorry, Dr. Turner, it looks like it's coming to you. Is the graph comparable to 2024? What year, in terms of the scope and the graph, does that year encompass?
So I take the question is in reference to a day in the life of a student, or?
I think that's the graph that they're referring to, yes, sir.
Okay. So yes, there is still much comparability to the present day. Of course, we understand that every student, there's no one size fits all for how a student engages, whether it be from the academic lens or the extra co-curricular lens. Every student is different and unique. However, what we showed you is merely a representation, a very generalized representation of what a student will experience as a college student. And so based upon their involvements, based upon their course structure, based upon the student organizations in which they are involved, and so on, that will have an impact on what a day in the life for your particular student or for a particular student on what that looks like. And we have resources on campus to help our students navigate how to manage their particular needs in terms of time management.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So, that breakdown of being a well-balanced student, I think that's where that kind of comes in and what we're looking for in that. So thank you for that. The next question comes to us is what are the study abroad as well as study away locations? So I think that's a good question. I think it could go all through all the three of you all. So we'll pick it up with Dr. Hubbard because of the career engagement. And then Dr. Turner, because of the sort of international components and talking from that standpoint as well. And then Dean Sutter, if you want to jump in there, by all means.
Thank you, Michael. Yes, like I said earlier, our office are creating experience for our students. We have gone to West Africa, we've gone to Portugal, we've gone to Ghana, Senegal. They're in currently right now, they are in Japan, and they've gone to Brazil in their relationship. So we have gone and taken our students from the classroom to the boardroom to abroad. So it starts at Morehouse, but we also let them know it's more than just here at the house. We want to let you know you're learning everything in your classroom, and you're taking opportunities that you learn in your classroom, and you're taking them abroad to learn exactly what it is if you decide you want to study here in America, if you want to go abroad. So it's various places, as you say, and even to London. We've gone to London, Paris. So as you see, we opened the door for a lot of opportunities for our students here in the Office of Career Development Engagement, and as a student serving and as a student, previous student yourself, our students have gone all over the world here at Morehouse College.
Thank you, Dr. Hubbard, for that great layout. One of the strategic initiatives is Morehouse Beyond Borders. And Dr. Hubbard has outlined it beautifully in terms of what we expect our students how we expect them to engage. And so Morehouse is a global entity. And so we expect that our students are going to engage not only domestically here in the United States, but abroad in many of the nations that have been previously outlined. So whether it's from the International Spring Tour that's held annually to the general programming structure that has been established by the Office of International Education and its lead director, Dr. Jan Adams, we want our students to take Morehouse way beyond the borders of these United States across the globe. Because that is one of the ways that we will expand the horizons of our students, expand their capacity, and expand the influence of this institution across the globe. So just know that when your students come to Morehouse, it is expected that they're going to engage. And whether it's a large scale study abroad experience or large scale long term or a short term experience in which we just sent a group of students and leaders to Panama over the winter break. So again, we can talk at great length about the opportunities, but just know that one of our strategic initiatives is Morehouse Beyond Borders, and we want our students to have a global education, a global perspective.
So I'm just going to share a quick little short story, if I may, Mr. Gum. I probably about a couple of years ago, I was on a trip to Okinawa, Japan. I got off the elevator and turned to my left. Wow, there was a Morehouse man that had recently graduated from Morehouse. He was over there studying, not studying, but teaching English to the native. And if it hadn't been for that student there, or the student that graduated over there, I probably wouldn't been able to maneuver around Okinawa. And that's how big Morehouse is. I don't care where you go in the world, you're gonna find a Morehouse man. I'm not trying to sell you on Morehouse, but we are global. We are global. And so, as it was stated, when you come here, it is expected for you to study abroad at some point during your 4 years at Morehouse. So please take advantage.
Yeah. See, so Dean Sutter's not trying to sell you. I am. But no, I can tell you, we already did that. Morehouse speaks for itself. So, Dean, I think that's an amazing testimony to what both Dr. Hubbard and Dr. Turner has mentioned. And as we kind of keep in that same trajectory, I think it's important that we talk about what are some of the ways that students are supported, right? And so we're talking like when they start off and they're on their own, what are some of the things you all are seeing in each area where you're sort of connecting them, helping them kind of understand what does Morehouse already have in place, as I think about new student orientation, to ensure that they're able to kind of navigate this space. And so we'll start with Dr. Hubbard, again, Dr. Turner, and then Dean Sutter, if you could wrap us on that.
Okay, well, thank you again. For us, what I can initiated was when we do an NSO, we come in, we let students know exactly what career services is, the services that are provided that are already inclusive into their tuition. And during COVID, we knew we had a need to be able to continue to service our students in a virtual environment. That's why we have a virtual career center. And their opportunity where I would say if anyone would like to go to our career center, it is careerdevelopment.morehouse.edu. And on this website, we build out opportunities for how students can engage in the various disciplines as it relates to internship opportunities that is associated with their discipline. If they want to find out information relative to jobs as associated with their discipline. And through there, we also have opportunities when employees are being on our campus, because a few years we used to be two separate entities. We are now one. We now are centralized where we service all students that are on our ground, students that are online, as well as any alums who may at their turn, decide, okay, I want to change to do something else in my career. We service all of those students. But the main thing I want to emphasize, Michael, is that every service that we provide for the students in our office is already inclusive in your tuition. So we encourage the students to get involved in our office sooner than later, and then go into our website, because there's a plethora of information on our website when you're not able to speak with one of our staff members in that regard. So information about internships, information about how our students are placed, all of that information, and not only that, information where our students have placed from the East Coast to the West Coast, to the North, to the South. You will see on our website, and if they get an opportunity to do so, where our students are, and even some of our top 20 schools that our students are currently going to now from a graduate standpoint of view.
And so before I discuss that piece, I would like to make one adjustment. I previously referenced Dr. Jan Adams, and she is actually the lead director for the Andrew Young Center for Global Leadership, under which falls the Office of International Education, just for your information. As it relates to how we introduce and engage our students upon their arrival, I can speak on it from two lenses. As it relates to our international students, helping them to acclimate to life in a totally new country, in a totally new culture, or a mixture of cultures, ranging from the food that they eat to the pace of the academic setting, to the dynamics of the community living on campus. Those are all factors that must be supported for our international students to ensure, as they are so far away from home, that they feel right at home and are able to adjust to the environment that we provide here on campus and in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, as it relates to our domestic students, in many cases, not all, but in many cases, this might be the first time that our students are actually at Morehouse in terms of in a living environment, in a living setting, shared living environment. So, as you've already heard from the presentations for this evening, just making sure that we help our students to acclimate to the expectations of adulthood, and ensuring that they understand the importance of making solid decisions, understanding their atmosphere and environment. And one element that I impress greatly at this moment is knowing when to ask for help. Many times, my colleagues and I receive the request from students at the moment of crisis. And of course, we are going to do everything that we possibly can to support them. But it's so important that our students understand to talk to us and ask for help immediately when they know that they need it, so that we can implement the resources and provide them with the support mechanisms that will help them to be successful. Um, if you understand the cost, this is a major investment. All right. A very worthwhile investment, of course, but it's important that for those who are extending those resources for your students to be at Morehouse, that you impress upon them the importance of speaking up and speaking out when there's a need so that we can help them to be as successful as possible and progress to that graduation stage in 4 years or less.
Yes, and if I may add, well said, Dr. Turner. Doing new student orientation is a great opportunity for us to engage with students as well as parents. It's a quick snapshot where we go and discuss various things, but also we do a great job throughout the school year, throughout the semester, by going into the resident hall, into their space, and having those one-on-one conversations with that subset, a group of students for that particular resident hall. And so we're able to get a little bit more intimate engagement and conversation about various things that you should do while you're in the resident hall, while you're on campus, or even when you're on campus. Because at the same time, Atlanta is a big city, but at the same time, it's very small, because more than likely, you're going to run into a Morehouse graduate somewhere within the city. You're going to run into a Spelman graduate within the city. And so we're a tight-knit family. And so we do share things with each other. So that's the type of support that your young man will have once they enter these gates of Morehouse College.
Absolutely. It's about building that brotherhood at Morehouse. You know, we press upon that concept. And so it's always good to see that from those lenses, which brings us to this question of are there mentorship programs where students can be paired with successful alumni? And so from your angle, are there mentorship programs that are already established where they get support? I can speak of one specifically, where when you come in as a student, there's an alumni association typically from the area in which you are then associated with. So for instance, if you're from the Chicago, Illinois area, there's a Chicago chapter. So right before you come in, there's a send-off that before you actually come to Morehouse, you get a package. Heck, they sometimes give gift cards. If you're from Boston, you definitely get the hookup. It just depends on where you're from. But there's also scholarships that support that sometimes. And so getting acclimated with your alumni chapter is such a big part of this. So what I'll do is, Dr. Hubbard, I'm going to kind of choose you here. Can you just kind of talk from your angle of alumni perspective of how our alums kind of support career engagement?
Thank you so much. Yes, it's interesting that you said that. We were just in New York for a tour, and we were able to engage with 11 companies, and at each one of the companies, we had alums. And how they do that, they connect with us, and they inform us of opportunities that they may have within their respective companies. And through there, we connect with them, and they connect with our students, and ensuring that those students are actually connected with opportunities within their corporations. And we are beginning to work very closely with the alumni office here to engage a mentorship pairing program, where we are excited to be able to engage our students and connect them with alums in the prospective industries in which they would like to pursue.
Love it, love it, love it. Also, just so that you all know, there's over 17,000 plus living alumni. Yes. So we're here, and we're ready. Yeah, Dr. Turner.
Professor Gum, could I also just mention the Morehouse College Parents Association as yet another resource for networking, mentorship. Of course, our parents are critical stakeholders in supporting the students, and they have a very strong association of parents as well that provide support mechanisms that engage our students. They have a scholarship program as well. So that is yet another avenue for mentorship and networking amongst the ranks at Morehouse.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that kind of leads us into, as we think about alumni, we also end up thinking about other opportunities on the campus, like summer programming. So are there summer programs for high school students? I know for us, we're building out soon to be, it's on the hush hush, a pre-collegiate program that's coming out. We also have an Upward Bound, and I know the TRIO programs do things over the summer. But I am going to pass that to you, Dr. Or Michael Southern, Dean Southern, as it relates to ways in which you've seen the summer programming over the years, and what were they actually doing? What are the opportunities? And I know you know it from different lenses.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Gunn. So there are several summer programs that Morehouse offers through for students coming out of high school or currently in high school. Matter of fact, my son, both of my sons participated in those summer programs, and it gave them an opportunity, one, to engage with people, with young people that looks like them, and whatever their choice of study that they want to move forward into. Like my son now, he's in cyber engineer. And so there was a STEM program at Morehouse that young people can go through. What you probably want to do is take an opportunity to go on our website and look at the summer program and see what best work for your son, especially if you're in the city. Please take advantage of those. Some of them are just totally free. You just have to fill out the application and go through an interview and so forth. And then some of them are through other different processes. But summer programs for your young people is a plus plus. And it puts them at a different advantage when someone coming in as just a true freshman versus going through the summer program. And so again, if you could take an opportunity along with your young man and go through, look at those different summer programs, you'll be able to choose the best summer program that's going to fit their needs as they move forward and come into this great institution of Morehouse College.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And those summer programs are phenomenal. And you get a chance to earn credits depending on the type of program. So if you can earn credits prior to going in, like the Morehouse Accelerated MAP program under the direction of Professor Ilya Davis, for instance, which is an opportunity to advance before you even come into the college. So love that. And Dr. Hubbard, I know we have a hard stop with you. So by all means, I'm gonna kind of get some questions to you as well. And this one specifically is really dealing with this idea of sort of internships. When it comes to film, CTEMs specifically, are there examples of internship opportunities, and job opportunities? Keep in mind also, we have a question, can you tell us some of the internship placement? So in regards to like company, position, I'm thinking the job summary report that you all do each year, which is phenomenal. Just kind of talking through that, and then placement in terms of what types of career opportunities based upon job rates as well. So just some of that, Dr. Hubbard.
Well, it's okay. I had put a link into the chat, but if I could briefly share my screen, I can show you where our current placement data is from last year. So from last year, we have had an opportunity to be able to place 84% of our students. And when we say that, we had an opportunity to move forward as it relates, and it will show you on the various areas of, if you go to our website as it relates to that, it'll show you the actual outcome out of our students. Can I share my screen briefly?
Let's see if we can make that happen. There you go.
Can you see my?
We see it, Doc.
Okay, right here where you see the career outcome, if you see right here, last year, 84% of our students placed, and our starting salary was $76,940 with the highest of $80,000. These are our top 20 employers that actually most of our students went to this year. This right here, as you see, this is the various regions of the United States where most of our students went to. And this, if you're planning to go, some of the students that go off to college, these are the top universities that our students actually went to after they graduated last year. So this particular website, as you see of our outcomes, it'll tell you exactly how we are preparing our students, where our students are going once they leave Morehouse, And this year, we are hoping to move the needle up even more to get close to 90% of our graduating seniors to be able to move forward in the prospective roles and that's what they're actually pursuing. This information is available on our website at careerdevelopment.morehouse.edu. And if you're a student, if you're interested also, if you're trying to find under our career path, you will go under those areas relative to arts, marketing, multimedia, and communication. When you go under that, you will see right here, this is an area, all you need to do is drop in and check on our job and internship opportunities. Right here, if a student goes here, they'll see some of the opportunities. Then they will say, see all jobs. Then from there, they will see all these jobs that we have available. We have 32 pages of jobs where a student in that particular discipline, Michael, they can move forward, select those opportunities, they can go into that particular role, they can see this role, and then they can apply for those jobs right then and there on the website. And this is an area, like I said, that is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and is available to the students to be able to do what is necessary to be able to continue to keep them, even when they cannot touch bases with us. This particular site is available and it is open to our students.
That is so great. I mean, everything is here, y'all. Y'all have access to everything if you go and you research our website. Kudos to our folks who handle our website. That is, Candace Bazemore, and to Adrian, who has done an amazing job making sure our website is up to date and is managed appropriately. Go to www.morehouse.edu to get that information. And that's Adrian Mackins, by the way. Are you able to study abroad all 4 years is the question. Are you able to study abroad all 4 years?
So I'm not familiar of students studying. That would suggest that a student immediately starts a study abroad experience, and that has not, I'm not aware of that being the case. But there are experiences, for example, where first-year students can participate. Each program, each opportunity is going to come with its own set of requirements for participation and eligibility. But of course, we can certainly connect you with that Office of International Education and have you talk more closely with the leaders of that office to get more specific information, because it really is going to be dependent upon the program.
And Mr.
Very good.
And
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Gum, may I add that once a student is chosen to go study abroad, they must be in good standings, meaning that my office have to review if there's any conduct and report that to that particular program. And so that particular program going to either get a thumbs up or not that student can participate. However, if a student is granted the thumbs up to participate and go and study abroad, keep in mind that their conduct follows them. So that means if you go to the University of London and study abroad for that year, you're still up on the, up under the auspice of Morehouse Code of Conduct. And so if they report that back to us, then we can hold you accountable just as it happened on campus. So I just wanted to make that point. Thank you.
No. Let me tell you, being in good academic status, and then also, like Dean Southern's saying, you're speaking to the dean of the college as it relates to everything conduct. It is important that you uphold to the standard and the expectation, right? We're here to build men to be leaders, and we can't do that if everybody's not in tune and focused, right, on what it is that is important. So thank you for that, Dean. Very, very well stated. And so what we want to do next, I have a couple more questions here. There's a question about J semester. It says, can incoming freshmen apply for study abroad programs such as during J semester, spring break, or summer of 2026? I know part of that answer. I will jump in and just say most cases is what Dean Southern and Dr. Turner and Dr. Hubbard already has mentioned, is that our international opportunities are definitely readily available starting your freshman year. The question becomes, one, are you going to be able to meet with your advisor to ensure that you're speaking with your advisor about the opportunities to make sure you stay on task, right? Two, are courses actually able to be substitutional such that if you are looking for a study abroad class, that's automatically going to substitute for your class or core curriculum that's requested based upon your major or core to ensure you're getting credits for that. You don't want to just study abroad to study abroad. Don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to go to Egypt, but you want that English class to be counted for. Or if you're doing an African American studies course over there, you want that to be accounted for the requirement here. Because here we look at course curriculum and then year by year. So we want to make sure students are taking advantage of our FYE courses, the first year experience courses, while at the same time meeting the threshold to be able to graduate on time. So I don't know if you caught it, but Dean Sutter definitely said, how many years? 4 years. Look, you ain't look, Doc, what? Right, 4 years. We ain't playing around. Look, I ain't gotta say nothing else. Yeah. Y'all know the expectation. Don't come in here and be a 5th, 6th year senior. Now, unless you're doing a dual degree program, which will qualify and classify you. Other than that, you need to be on task. So please, there is some amazing questions out here, and I know we're coming short on time, so we're gonna try to get these done. But we will, just in case we don't get to your question, we will get to it in another format where we'll send out communication. So we're not going to get everybody's question, but we want to get as many as we possibly can. This question is really dealing with what role does the Maurice Washington Emerging Leaders Program play in preparing students for leadership roles within and beyond Morehouse? Great question. So I think that's a combination of folks on here. So by all means, come off mute, let them know.
Well, thank you for that. Yes, I do also work with Dean Kevin Chapman for the Maurice Washington Emergency Leader Program as another one of my hats that I wear. And in this program, it was actually started by one of our past vice president, as we all know, Maurice Washington, and he always aspires for great leadership as it relates to the Office of Student Services. And in this program, it prepares students who aspire to be leaders here on the campus, whether it is in any type of student organization in that regard, in the services and opportunities and programs that we create to properly prepare those students in their program. And then through the program is a fall and a spring semester will give them an opportunity to have a chance to get a scholarship after completing all the various modules in their program. So we highly encourage students who aspire to go into some type of leadership role on campus or what capacity, even outside, to participate in this particular program.
Absolutely. Very, very well stated. This one kind of hits home, y'all. So listen to this question. It's a great question. How have you handled situations where parents, those helicopter parents, force their young men into a major, but they're built to do something else? The guidance is so crucial. So Dr. Hubbard, if you can hop in, Dr. Turner, yeah, y'all know. Come on. Well,
that is interesting that you say that. I get this question all the time, and if I can be very frank and very honest with it, as a parent myself, I inspired my son to go to do something else, but he decided to do something totally different. But my thing is, when we ask the student, I know when I do, my thing is, what do you want to do? Because it's nothing, we've had situations where students I went in and got into the particular roles or majors, and it's not really what they so desire to do. And I go in and do a full analysis and try to help their student and direct them to kind of also complement what their parents may want for them to do, as well as those what they want to do. Case in point, I had a student who wanted to go into the medical school, but he liked working with technology and doing research. I said, you ever thought about biotechnology? Oh my God, thank you so much, Dr. Hubbard. Oh my Lord, you have cured me. You have made things happy for my parents and myself. So he had that aha moment. So I was able to satisfy the parent as well as satisfy the son, because he was still doing something in the medical field, but he was doing something from a research standpoint of view. So we do have those opportunities of conversation, and that is the vision of our career action plan, where you might get influenced and possibly influenced by your parents, and that incorporates into the plan and also helps you direct the student to the most appropriate career they want to go into.
So well stated. Go ahead, Dr. Turner.
As a complement to what Dr. Hubbard has stated, this is absolutely not an unusual situation for our students and parents. always wanting to be respectful of the parents' wishes, parents and guardians' wishes, and best desires for your student. You know, it's important to always remember, though, that the students are the ones who will be living out what it is that they will be pursuing as a career. And so it's so important that they are happy. Happiness is invaluable. It's so important that they feel fulfilled in the work that they're doing. And when I encounter this situation, one of the first steps that I encourage the student to take is to actually sit down or contact their parents and have a direct conversation about what it is that they aspire to do so that they can all be on the same accord and so that the student can advocate for self. That is one of the greatest tools that we offer here at Morehouse is self-advocacy. And so we want to respect the wishes of the students, while always keeping in mind that our parents and guardians always have this wonderful outlook for what what the lives of their children are going to look like. But it's important for those real conversations to happen, those honest conversations to happen, so that we realize the goals of our students as the priority.
And that is correct, Dr. Turner. Again, I'll say too, Mike, I just want to emphasize as a parent, we want the parent to be involved in their lives and their decision processes. And we want the students, the parents to be involved in their career plan. In our office, I like share this plan with your parents. Let them know what you're doing to prepare yourself for career readiness and how you are taking and accepting responsibility for your career success. Because 4 years will go by so quickly. And when you walk across that stage, in front of Big Mama, Big Papa, and everybody of that nature, you know you can stick your chest out and be proud to know I did what was necessary and I connected with career services. I went on those internships and I am very proud of myself doing what I did to get across the stage, make myself happy, parents happy, most of all, being in the career that I so desire. As you know, if you have a passion for something, you never work a day in your life.
Absolutely. Man, we could go on and on, y'all. Y'all dropping, but this is the tea right here. I think over a course, everybody has over at least 10 years of experience being at Morehouse. Is that right? Oh Lord, now this is
I'm in my 20th year.
woo. Okay, so we 20 plus around here. So I think Dr. Turner, how many years? 20?
Yes, I'm in my 20th year.
20, Dr. Hubbard?
15.
15 years, and Dean Sutton, I think you said 28.
28.
So look, I love it. This is what we need. This is what we need. Look, we got time for one more question in live, that is. And then what we want to do is to wrap it up and tell you all thank you. So I'm going to ask the last question, and then it'll be good for you all just to leave parting words, and then I'll wrap us up. This question is from a 15-year-old. It says, my name is Bryson. I'm so excited about attending Morehouse in the fall. Are there age requirements for students studying abroad? Also, are there activities that I will not be able to participate due to my age, as I will be starting at the age of 15? And I know that's more of like student support services aspect. So Dean, Dr. Turner, I'm going to turn it over to you. I know we kind of had this before, and there used to be a little guy with a Rubik's Cube that used to walk around the campus around the same age. So can you talk a little bit about that?
So, absolutely. And more, actually, we are seeing students who are coming to Morehouse as minors, because they have taken advantage of the dual degree, or dual enrollment, rather, opportunities and really done some remarkable things academically to prepare themselves to come to Morehouse, as well as other things. So we have a host of 16-year-old students enrolled right now. So as it relates to your involvement, once you become a student of Morehouse, you have access to all of the opportunities that any other student would have. However, because you are still a minor in this case, there definitely are going to be elements in which your parents and guardians would still need to be, and in some cases must be involved. Okay. So in your case, there would not, those decisions would still be much in concert with your parents and guardians, whereas one of our students who is of 18 years of age, they're able to make independent decisions because they are considered adults. So just keep that in mind, that you would still be, we would collectively be working together, you, your parents, and the administrators at Morehouse, to support your progression. But as it relates to your involvement, we expect you to be involved just as any other student. There are no excuses and no exceptions.
Very well stated. Before we switch for parting words, we do want to allow for Admitted Student Weekend to come up and to go through that. That is your opportunity to get acclimated with the college. That is your opportunity to kick the dirt, see the players, we like to say, find out who's who. It's really what Dr. Turner was sharing earlier, going slide by slide and being able to engage with us. So, we want you to register for our Admitted Student Weekend. It will take place April 24th through the 26th. You can scan this QR code right now. You could also find the information all over Morehouse College's website. And this is an opportunity for our admitted students only, students that have been accepted to university, to then be able to engage, take part, find out who your brothers are. I think Dr. Southern or Dean Southern, you were talking about that earlier, about that sense that they're able to engage before coming. This is your engagement before coming. This is how you find out who your brother is before you come. You can pick the hopefully get the housing assignment, play a good game of spades in the middle of the night and get prepared for that study session in the morning. That's the opportunities that you have by being a part of the future class of 2029. So we want you there. Typically, we're expecting about 500 students to register. So we're going to have about 1,400 on the campus. You want to be a part of that number. You want to get in as soon as you possibly can. And then if you haven't deposited, we need you to go ahead and do that too, right? Why wait? You already know this is a jewel. You already know this is one of the best places. I told you I'm going to plug you in because I'm not like Dean Southern. I'm going to tell you, you need to be here. And he will tell you that too, by the way. But please register for our Admitted Student Weekend coming up as well. Thank you so much for sharing. And again, scan that QR code. So we want to give parting words as we dismiss and never depart, but to allow you all to kind of say your piece from your angle of why you chose Morehouse and being here and what it is that you want these students to take away. So we'll start with our amazing Dr. Hubbard.
Thank you. Again, it's been wonderful. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today with my colleagues who I love and adore and enjoy working with. And I just want to say, as a previous professor, and I used to tell my students, right now, this is Morehouse. But George, I want you to understand, SOAR. And what do you mean by that? See an opportunity appear real. See Morehouse, an opportunity that will appear real. And we look forward to having you on campus.
Thank you, Dr. Hubbard. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Turner.
Thank you so much, Professor Gum, and thank you for all those who are in attendance today, and especially to my colleagues. Indeed, it is a high honor to be able to work with such a committed group of individuals every day whose mission is to support student success and well-being. One thing that I will say to you in parting words is this is a great time. This is an excellent time. This is the time to be at Morehouse College. We cannot do true justice to what is happening on and around this campus in this conversation this evening. So, how do we combat that? By you joining us. Then you can see for yourselves just what this institution has to offer. As much as I work to support the education of the students every day who bring life to this campus, they educate me just as much, if not more. And so I look forward to the opportunity to learn from you, what you have to offer, expanding my perspective, and helping me to help you. So if you're still thinking about the decision, hopefully this conversation and Admitted Students Week will help to seal the deal. because this is only the tip of what Morehouse has to offer. And you need to be here to contribute to that and to experience this greatness. I thank you.
So on behalf of our Vice President, Kevin Booker, Vice President for Student Service, we want to thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Gum. We also want to thank you all as future Morehouse men to take part of this family here. And truly it is a family. Trust and believe. If it wasn't a family, I wouldn't be here. Out of 28 years, I'm still here, and I pray to God that I'll continue to be able to be here to see you graduate, excuse me. And as it's been stated, there's no other place like this in the world. No other place. We want you here. We would like to have you here, and we want to see you graduate in 4 years. Please take fully advantage. When you come down here for that week, take full advantage of every opportunity that's going to be presented to you. Ask those hard questions, engage, and know that Morehouse, we welcome you, and we'll see you soon.
And Michael, I wouldn't be remiss to say I'm going to speak early, and I'm going because I know they're going to make the right decision. Welcome to the house.
Come on, Dr. Hubbard. Come on.
To the house.
Where's that? Where's that? Look, welcome to the house. We already know you coming. So there's no doubt in our minds. You all, this has been so engaging. I learned from these all the time. These Tiger Talk sessions do so much in order to equip our families, our students with what's to come and these sort of enrollment expectations. But we can't do it without the people that make it happen on the day-to-day basis. So I thank all three of you all for being on this platform. Thank you to the team that set up the Tiger Talks, and we continue to do this to bring you the information necessary such that you can win and succeed. I'll leave you with these words. Let your work be so impressive that the committee of selection will be compelled to examine your credentials. May you forever stand for something noble and high. Let no man dismiss you with a wave of the hand or a shrug of the shoulder. Et facta as looks and knowledge and light is made. Welcome to the house. Thank y'all so much.